So, dear students, before next class, everyone should submit your notes and homework. Okay. Otherwise, I will conduct Viva. Viva means asking questions. I will call each one of you and I will ask questions. So, before that, send me the notes and homework. Okay. So, whenever you are watching this video, open your textbook, the new chapter, which is in the page number 33. Here you can see some questions. The magnetic field of which magnets are depicted? So here you can see a bar magnet and here you can see a electromagnet, is it? How can you identify the direction of the magnetic field? So how can we find the direction of magnetic field in both the magnets? Yes, by using a magnetic compass. So by using magnetic compass, we can determine the direction of magnetic field. So in the textbook itself, you write the answer. Okay, write the answer here itself. In the next page, you can see one question. How can you find out the polarity of these magnets using a magnetic compass? So how can we determine the polarity of these magnets? Yes, suppose imagine that we don't know which is north and which is south. In order to determine that, we have to bring a magnetic compass near to this bar magnet, so that if the north pole of this magnetic needle is pointing towards this direction, then the pole of this magnet will be south, and if the magnetic needle is pointing towards this direction, then this will be north. So in this way we can determine the polarity of the magnet. What are the main differences between the magnets in this picture? See, this is a bar magnet. So bar magnet has a permanent magnetic field, while this is a electromagnet, and this electromagnet the magnetic field is temporary. Whenever if you stop the current flowing through this circuit, what happens? This iron core will lose its magnetism, and it will not act as a magnet. Okay, so here you can see permanent magnetism, here you can see the temporary magnetism. The magnetic field lines of the bar magnet and that of the electromagnets are similar. So here you can see the field lines are originating from the north and which are ending in the south. In the electromagnet also you can see the same. Here it is starting from the north pole and ending in the south pole, is it? So the magnetic field lines of the bar magnet and that of the electromagnets are similar. The presence of the magnetic field and the polarity can be understood using the magnetic compass. By using magnetic compass, we can able to determine the magnetic field as well as the polarity. So underline these in your textbook. Okay, these are the important points. The magnetic field around an electromagnet is created due to the flow of current through the coils in it. So here you can see a soft iron core, and a conductor is wound across this soft iron core, and whenever this current passes through this conductor, what happens? We learned that whenever a current passes through a conductor, it creates a magnetic field, is it? Due to this magnetic field, this soft iron core becomes magnet. So this soft iron core attains a temporary magnetism, and due to this act as a electromagnet. So the magnetic field around the electromagnet is created due to the flow of current through the coils in it. By this we can assume that a magnetic field will be developed when current passes through a straight conductor. After that, let us try to do the similar experiment that led Oersted to this conclusion. So we already explained that. Here one question is given. When the direction of the current is from A to B, what will be the direction of the electron flow through it? See, we know that current flows from the terminal positive to the negative, is it? But the electrons flow from negative terminal to positive. Okay, so here you have to write the answer from B to A. So the electrons flow from B to A. In the next page, you can see one box. Whenever the current flows from the direction A to B, the direction of this magnetic needle will be in anti-clockwise. Here you can see clockwise direction. So whenever the current flows from B to A, the direction of magnetic needle is in clockwise. So write the answer here itself. Repeat the experiment keeping the conductor below the magnetic needle and record the observation. So here what we have to do is we have to keep this conductor below this magnetic needle. Okay, here conductor is above the magnetic needle. In the second experiment you have to keep this this circuit, this conductor below this magnetic needle. Okay, while doing that we can see the direction of the current from A to B is clockwise. Sorry, the direction of this magnetic needle is in clockwise, and whenever the current flows from B to A, the direction of the magnetic needle is anti-clockwise. You can watch this experiment by scanning this QR code. Okay. So this is very important. Underline this. Okay. A magnetic field is developed around a current carrying conductor. The magnetic needle is deflected as a result of the mutual action of this magnetic field and around the magnetic needle. So this is the conclusion obtained from the experiment what Hans Christian Ørsted did. Okay. Does the deflection depend on the current direction of current? Yes. The deflection of magnetic needle is dependent on the direction of current. What might be the reason for the deflection of the magnetic needle? The answer for this is this one. So in the page number, in the textbook page number 36, you can see some more questions. Is the direction of the current in the circuit between A and B from A to B or from B to A? So here you can see the direction of the current is from A to B. Okay. Examine whether the direction of magnetic field lines around X are in clockwise or anti-clockwise direction by observing the north pole of the magnetic compass. Here you can see the direction of the magnetic field is along this direction, that is in anti-clockwise direction. So write the answer here. Then what is thumb rule is given. The right hand thumb rule of James Clerk Maxwell. Imagine you are holding a current carrying conductor with the right hand in such a way that the thumb points in the direction of current. The direction in which the other fingers encircle the conductor gives the direction of magnetic field. So this is right hand thumb rule. So in exam they will ask what is right hand thumb rule. So you have to remember this. Okay. This thumb always points the direction of current and the other fingers points the direction of magnetic field. And this thumb rule is same as right hand screw rule. Here, if a right hand screw is rotated in such a way that its tip advances along the direction of the current in the conductor, then the direction of rotation of the screw gives the direction of the magnetic field around the conductor. Okay, so right hand thumb rule is same as right hand screw rule, which was given by James Clerk Maxwell. So I will send the notes of this chapter. So if you have any doubt regarding this chapter, you have to ask. Okay, so read your textbook and write your notes and complete your homework.